Hey, what's going up, Bull Runner? Welcome back to the channel. You are a genius for being here. So kicking the video off here on the daily charts, we are red. So we're going to leave it red. Craziest day, right? Yesterday, as soon as the video launched yesterday, boom, we ran up to the 14 exponential moving average just about really, but it actually just tapped the top of that supply and demand zone there at 48 cents. Boom. Then had a horrible day to the downturn after that, all the way down to 44.44678. Reversed back up from that supply and demand zone. So if we remove these intermediary supply and demand zones, it just went and bounced off of those. So we're going to do a deep dive into the charts at the end of this video. Also at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can become a Bull Runners Club member. You can actually join us, make money with us every single week. There is a link down in the description. If you want a shortcut, go ahead and get that information now. Totally cool with me. But first, let's talk about all the news that we need to cover. All right, so jumping over here to Twitter, you can come and follow me, Win with Ryan, over on Twitter, at Real Win with Ryan. This is where I share all of the news that we put out. And also, I am a real estate agent, so I always share great real estate information. If you ever need any real estate information, let me know. Give me a call. Send me a DM, whatever you got to do. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to bookmarks. We're going to go over to our research for today, 423. Now, first and foremost, you guys know that I love, if you're new here, you don't know yet. But by the way, if you're new here, make sure you've clicked that subscribe button. If you're looking for a good crypto shortcut, you have found one. We do all kinds of research on this channel and bring it to you in a short, condensed manner. We give you the news and the charts. But here it is. This just popped up in my feed right before this video, actually. And okay, so why would he post this? All right, so this is another one of those cryptic messages, in my opinion, from David Schwartz here. This is one of the worst articles on phone charging I've ever seen, and that's saying something. So remember, he predicts the future a lot of times. So there's two things here. What is he telling us? There's two numbers on the board. One is 85. Well, it's 855. And then there's 78. So is the number 78, so 78 cents, or 85 cents? Well, 78 cents would be the first one. And we'll jump into the charts and take a look here. But he's always doing this. For those of you who don't know, I love to track these. So interesting to see that he's pointing out. So is he telling us the future here that we're going to be at 78 cents in the near future? All right, here's one in the comment section. Okay, green 78%. Thanks. See what I'm saying? So that is an interesting way of interpreting it, 78%. But I like to say that it is the actual target, right? So let's hope that we're going green and we're going up to 78 cents. And we're going to deep dive into those charts here in just a couple minutes. But just wanted to share that with you. I always like sharing that. Also in the news today that was really, really important here, XRP, Bank of England, is stating that by 2027, which is a mere 4 short years away, that we can expect the cross-border payments to reach upwards of $250 trillion. So that's very exciting. And as we all know here, one day, all cross-border payments could be transferred through Ripple using XRP. So where does that put the long-term price of XRP, which would be interesting? I always like to, I'm a day trader and a long-term holder, so I like to point out those shorter-term things. Like I said, 78 cents. But what if we have $855, right? So $855 a token. We're going to find out in the future, but it's exciting to keep track of that stuff. But as we can see here on their post, Bank of England, cross-border payments, faster, cheaper, more transparent, and more inclusive cross-border payment services would bring widespread benefits for citizens and economies around the world. So it's getting to the point where, guys, we're just going to have to accept the fact that there is going to be CBDCs. They're going to have complete control over currencies. It'll be interesting to see how freedom remains, or does it remain from that. So also going back here, why do cross-border payments matter? Over the past few decades, the increased international mobility of goods and services, capital, and people has contributed to the growing economic importance of cross-border payments. The value of cross-border payments is estimated to increase to almost 150 trillion in 2017 to over 250 trillion by 2027, equating to a rise of over $100 trillion in just 10 years. And that makes way, 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 way more sense now that we know. And this is, by the way, this was coming out saying almost in 2017, right? So when this came out, did they know that the U.S. government was printing trillions and trillions of dollars each year? This hyperinflation that is coming, really, really scary stuff, of course. Local payments RTG system, global RTGs, CB and LP. So of course the liquidity pools here. And then of course you have your different countries, Japan, Europe, US, UK, and China, and their payment system styles, the way it's going to work. XRP ledgers involved in all of it. And boom, XRP token, cross-border payments, all of it. Very bullish there, right? If that plays out. So also interesting here, this was really fun. Just in, Elon Musk generates $100,000 monthly from his 24,700 Twitter subscribers. And that's only getting started, because look at this. He has 136.4 million followers. If everyone decided to subscribe to his channel, it would be astronomical how much he's making. Now, they're already paying the $8 a month to subscribe to his platform, but these people are also paying an extra upgraded fee to get special access to what's going on for him over at Tesla, SpaceX, and things of that nature. And this was a little concerning here, guys. Check this out. So Justin from Watcher Guru says, Justin, a dormant wallet holding 1,000 Bitcoin worth $27 million has been activated after 12 years. So you remember, we've been talking about a lot of these dormant addresses becoming active, right? And it was kind of like, wow, this is weird. Why are all of these, are they about to dump on everybody? Well, it's worse than that, guys. Rumors on the dark net that someone has been cracking older Bitcoin paper wallets. At first, I didn't believe it, but there's too coincidental now. I'll be moving funds off of Trezor to Armory. This means Trezor 12 and 24 word is potentially vulnerable. Rest in peace, Bitcoin. And so what they're saying there is old school, crazy old, like back in the day. It's funny to say old when it's like 2009 when it was first kicking off, but still old wallets are starting to come alive. But people are saying it's because they're getting hacked by AI, which is crazy interesting, right? So no need to stress. It could only be the really weakly generated ones, probably just a child doing it from home on mom's computer. It's like picking fruit off the ground versus the tree. Only the easy ones need to worry. So for those of you out there that have an easy password or something like that, be careful. Also, big in the news today, Visa says they have ambitious crypto product roadmap. So the big giant company here, and I'm going to show you guys something here in just a couple minutes. The video that is probably the most important video of today's topics. Well, we'll just get into it in a minute, but this is great. Visa announces ambitious crypto product roadmap. So whether that's CBDCs that they're going to be getting involved in or whatever the case may be, but it's very interesting. So there was a rabbit hole that we've been going down, as you all know, that we're trying to get to the bottom of Gary Gensler and all of the stuff going on, right? And if you remember, they gave some speeches when they were at MIT. They were actually guest lectures. So check this out. I want to show you guys here. It says, hey, Ashley Prosper, I saw where you reached out to MIT for the missing course Gary Gensler taught in November 15th of 2018, which was attended by guest speakers Jeff Speacher, CEO of Intercontinental Exchange. He spoke at Consensus a few days ago, or a few days after MIT, seems to be on the same page with Gary, looking for consensus on the appearance. And then there was a response from Ashley, which came right here. And Ashley says here, I have received a response back from MIT. Apparently, guest lecturers have a right to request that their lectures not be published, but why would be very busy people? But why would very busy people like Jeff Speacher and Kelly Loeffler take time to go to MIT, give a lecture, and then not publish it? Best guess? One or both said something that they don't want disclosed publicly. I'll keep digging. It's not over yet. And it says here, hi, Ashley. Thanks for your message to MIT OpenCourseWare, OCW. Lecture 18 is a guest lecture. We don't have permission to publish. We don't have copy either. Sincerely. And then people in the comments are asking, hey, is there any way that we can get it? Do some research on people that were attending there. Lots of people take notes via recorder, etc. So maybe someone actually recorded it. And CoinDesk, this is a post all the way back from 2018. And this says here, these institutions don't so much get disrupted as the disruptors cause the institution's antennas to go up and say, oh my gosh, there's a threat on the future. and maybe we better move. And that's what brings me to the reason why I poked out this information on the Visa deal, right? So Visa does not want to just go extinct because crypto comes out and takes over the source. So let's take a look at this video here.
These institutions don't so much get disrupted as the disruptors cause the institution's antenna to go up and say, oh my gosh, there's a threat on the future and maybe we better move. And so what you're seeing is us adopting a lot of what people are working on, looking for the best use cases for our particular business, and institutionalizing the work of a lot of entrepreneurs. I happened to buy the New York Stock Exchange because it was slow to adopt technology. And the first thing we did when we bought it is put in all new technology. So it didn't go away. It didn't get disrupted in the sense that it went to zero. It got disrupted in the sense that a new management team came in. And we enjoy running it, so I don't want a new management team to throw me out. And so part of this is, we've been, as Kelly mentioned, since 2014, pretty deeply involved in blockchain and various new innovative database technologies.
So there you have it. He purchased the New York Stock Exchange, and the first thing they did was implement new smart technologies to make sure they didn't get left behind. And that's why you're seeing these big mega corporations do the same thing. Also, in the news today, which I thought was important here, just in China, Changshu City to pay state employees salaries in digital yuan. So people that are working for that state, instead of getting paid paper yuan or just straight to their digital bank account through numbers, it's going to be paid in a CBDC specifically. So it'll still be the yuan, but it'll be coming in the form of a CBDC. So I'm interested to see, when the United States CBDC launches, when we get paid in money, how do we get paid in CBDCs? And that is where the conspiracies come in of they're going to flip a switch, right? Because you can't just be like, everyone go to the bank real quick and turn in your paper dollars and we're going to give you CBDCs, right? So there's going to be a transition period. Is it going to be a forced transition, or is it just going to be like a slow roll? That is, some people think it's forced transition. They flip a switch, boom, the next day, XRP is ruling the world through the CBDC. We'll find out, though, because it's coming, and it's coming sooner than we think. Also, interesting thing for me, because we follow so closely, and all of you guys here at the XRP Army follow so closely what's going on with XRP, and we know that the rival to us right now, because of Gary Gensler and all of his buddies with ETHgate, they want Ethereum to be the winners. But check this out. Ethereum ICO, initial coin offering participant, executes transaction for the first time in 7.7 years. ETH ICO price was 31 cents. So this person from $733 to $4,360,000 in 2,825 days. Absolutely crazy to think about. This person held for almost 8 years. They turned $700. They're multimillionaires from $733. Absolutely bonkers, guys. And then right here, Gary Gensler be like, securities everywhere. And this guy says, there is a statute of limitations for securities fraud, 5 years. So even if they wanted to do something, they can't. So the other interesting thing is, did this wallet that was dormant for so long accidentally become undormant or alive? Or did this thing get hacked? That's the real question. Also, if you were not aware, there is a crazy hyped altcoin gem going on right now called the Gensler coin. If you guys are not aware, Pepe was blowing up for quite some time, but now a Gensler coin has been dropped and it's going pretty freaking nuts right now. Let's go ahead, jump back over to the charts. Now, as we see here today, crazy whiplash day, to the upside, to the downside, no real movement. It's 0.67%. However, we are down below this 50 exponential moving average, which I said we needed to be. We did close yesterday's, which, I mean, obviously it's a bad sign, but in reality, it's a good sign for the indicator that I have been following for quite some time. It's loading up, in my personal opinion, loading up to make another run to the upside, probably up to the daily magic white line here, that 52, 53 cent range. Would love to see it break out and go above that, of course. Now, as we all know right now, there is a breakout level here at 58 cents, 585. And if we break 58 cents, could we be on our way back to 78 cents? Well, let me show you guys something here real quick. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the daily. We're going to jump to Heikinashi candles. And we're going to look at what is going on. So our literal breakout level is this most recent wick to the top side. So we're looking to break back above that. And then as far as supply and demand zones go, on the daily charts, we have this big, massive supply and demand zone right here. That one gives us the level of 57 cents, 5797. So basically 58 cents. And then above that, the top of that level is 65 cents. Now, what's also interesting, though, is when you come up to this level here, take a look at what you get, 75, and the top of that one, 78 cents. 78%. 78 cents. So is he signaling us? Let's hope so. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that he is, because I would love to see that move to the upside. As we've been talking as well, the RSI got way, way, way too fast out of the oversold. It's not oversold per the RSI numbers, but per volatility, it got way deep outside of volatility. We need to see the crank back to the upside. So let's jump back to Japanese candlesticks. And as you can see, it's kind of having a little falter here because these last 2 days. But really what's great is all we need is a little turn to the upside. We're going to break back through the white line, the volatility band, break back through the signal line, which is this upper level right here. So you have this RSI line here, right? The green line. And then you have the signal line, which is the red one. And then what you'll notice is once this crosses, let's go ahead and make this larger here. All right. So once this crosses back up above these two levels, it becomes bullish. Now it gets bullish right here when you get the green background as well. But that's after the RSI crosses above the market baseline price, which is this yellow line right here. So let's see, last time we were in this area, it was just kind of doop, 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 right? Back and forth, back and forth. We got a little tiny micro push, but it was just sitting here, as we call it, consolidating, right? That 35 cent range. And then the real move started coming. Well, right now, there's likelihood we could just be consolidating for the next couple of days. But looking at my indicator, though, it shows that it does not need to. I mean, today or tomorrow could be the move for sure, you know, up to that 53 cent level. If not, we continue the pump all the way up to the 78% charger, right? 78 cents of XRP. So we're going to keep an eye on that and see what goes on. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on over there. So Bitcoin's in a similar scenario, but Bitcoin needs to get under the 50 exponential moving average for that signal to light back up. So it looks like it might come down and touch the magic white line to the downside here, 26,000-ish. That is a strong support level. So I know it's because we broke 30. A lot of people are freaking out. Oh no, we're below 30K. Well, if we actually bounce off of this, you could see the rise to the upside still be bullish, which would be very nice. Same is true on Ethereum as well. Let's go check Ethereum here. So Ethereum has a long ways to come down first to get under the 50 exponential moving average here. So let's clean this up a little. There we go. And we don't need this as big. But you can see all of our coins are like this, right? They have not crossed the signal line. They have not gotten even the smallest of the green background yet. Once we get the smallest of the green background, we can be positive. So there's a lot of signs of weakness. We just need a turnaround to the upside. That's what we're waiting for. So then once we see that break to the upside, the confirmation will be once it breaks above the 14 exponential moving average, which is the orange line. So that's what we have here for Ethereum. And when we take a look, let's go ahead and let's find a supply and demand zone here for Ethereum as well. So if we remember going back in time, this was a breakout level right here, and we broke it, but we didn't hold it. We broke it and then failed immediately. So now what do we have? We have a couple of other levels here, level here, and here, and we'll even do here. So there's a lot of overhead resistance here now for Ethereum. And that's why, you know, we ran into this, started falling back down. But if we can break 21,067, let's see where our next level of supply and demand zone is. And this is on the daily charts. So it could happen, you know, within a couple of weeks to the upside. That's 2,700 bottom side, 2969 for the top side. Okay, so that's the bullish scenario. Bearish scenario is price does come back and recheck right here on the supply and demand zone. And also, because this is our downside supply and demand zone right here. That also gets us to the magic white line, touch that, make the run up. If we lose that level, though, for some reason it decides to go bearish, you know, we're returning back to 1477. There will be a little interference on the way down right here. Because as you can see, this is where it got real choppy, right in here. And it created this supply line right here. So price could come back in here, dip at that 1677. But right now, the magic white line is going to be the ultimate support for now. You can see that did it before. And then we just need to get back above the 14 exponential moving average, turning bullish scenario back on.